Anybody watching Severance? I really like that show. I'm not gonna hold you. I really like Severance. Even the aspect of separating yourself from work as an artist sounds fucking phenomenal. Having the ability to separate my art life from my work life is crazy though. I know it has to be so many laws that would go against that shit. Not even just laws of nature. Fuck the fucking man-made laws of nature that you will be going against. As much as we go against laws of nature with technology that we create, we've gotten accustomed to be like, if God didn't make me this way, then there's a app for that. There's some type of tool or application or doctor that I can get to get me where I need to be. And they say, you know, God helps those who help themselves. There's the question of that. But how far do we go when we trying to help ourselves, whether it be spiritually, mentally, physically, emotionally? How far do we go to help ourselves as human beings cope with how fucked up life is? Yeah, that's exactly what that show is when it comes to the aspect of not being able to deal with work, so much so that you have to literally separate your fucking identity. You have to separate your fucking identity to figure that shit out. And the main character, I forgot his fucking name. I low-key need to watch that shit after I get finished with this fucking video. But the character, I'll give him the fact that he lost his wife. But come to find out, I want to spoil it for y'all. But yeah. Just know that some shit happens where you be like, wait a minute. It's a couple of shit that happens like you like, wait a minute. That's kind of why that show is kind of like blowing up the way it is. Severance is a good show. It's a slow show. It's a slow roll. If you don't like psychological shit, don't fucking watch Severance. It ain't for the motherfuckers that don't like shit like, if you don't fuck with shit like The Office or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Because it's like slight humor takes from it, but it's definitely giving the office vibe somewhat. Not the British joint, the American Office with David Carradine, I think. Carradine, something like that. But yeah. So I got 3 questions though. If severance technology existed, would you use it? Would it be ethical for companies to offer it? The first thing, would I use it personally? I'm gonna ask you, but I'm gonna also ask myself, would I use it personally? I understand how it can be used as a tool, right? But me personally, I don't want that shit in my head. It's literally in your fucking brain, mind you. It's literally in your fucking head. I probably spoiled it for y'all there, but yeah, it's a thing in your head that they insert in your head. And would it be ethical for companies to offer it? Ethical. I think that most of these companies don't really care about you, ethically speaking. They just don't want to make sure that their bottom line is being hit and their shareholders are not being embarrassed as well. That's really what it boils down to. You can give a damn about your ethic, motherfucker. Also, got another question. Do you think the innie, aka the work self, and the outie, aka the real world self, are truly separate people or just two halves of the same person being manipulated? That's one thing I definitely had to wrestle with the show. Like, that first question was okay, but this question, what do you consider if you were to separate your mind? Right? Do you consider the person that's working on the inside, now that they don't know anything that you got going on, they like literally like a brand new baby in the world, what do you consider them to be? Are they connected to you? Are they a part of you? Or are they just somebody that's doing their own thing and they don't count? Because there's both of those type of people inside that show, which makes it kind of like, that's the ethics conversation that goes into it, right? It's a good show. It makes you fucking think. And that's another reason why I had in my last video where the ethics of AI, right? And how we will, us as human beings will steal other artists or quote unquote borrow, reference, learn, pull ideas from other artists. You know what I mean? And it won't be considered the same. I actually brought this same conversation up. When there's a artist by the name of Beazle, right? He keeps saying that a lot of people keep stealing his style. There was one case where I did agree with him, right? But other people were saying that I was reaching, he was reaching, everybody reaching, right? But when AI does it, you'll see the reference and all that shit. Oh, it's automatic. It's automatic. Ain't no if, ands, or but. It's automatic. Even with the AI conversation, it's still the clicky shit. It's still the cool kids club shit, which I hate about that shit. That's why I don't like this art community shit. It's not a fucking community in this bitch. It's basically who's cool and who's not. And truth be told, if you like that, fuck you. Like, sincerely. Like, for real, for real. And you'll know who you are, because you'll be offended by me talking about this shit. Also, how much of your identity is tied to your job? And if your work, self, aka the innie, was completely cut off from your personal self, would you still be you? So if the work self was completely deleted, right? You just stopped working there. You no longer work there. Would you not wonder how that person interacted with other people? Would you not want to know how that person was on the inside? Not that bullshit on how, what's her name? Your innie likes to go outside and play games. Your outie likes to play goes to the bar at around 8 regularly. They have friends. They not that shit. I mean, actually knowing for a fact by your thoughts. My thoughts ain't your thoughts. That type of shit. How do you know for a fact that person was that person? You know what I mean? Other than people telling you that. I would feel some type of way that not knowing that shit. I'm not sure where I'm going with this. I'm just fucking going. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I kind of like a start. I'm just doing what I'm doing. I'm not sure what I want to do. Want to add shapes, lines. Probably going to have to just come back to this one. I don't plan out my pieces. I go based off of what I feel a lot of the times. I should plan out my pieces. A lot of the times, the pieces that I want to give y'all is not safe for work. I'm not going to hold you. A lot of the times, the pieces that I want to showcase to the world are pieces that, like I said before, they similar to these, like, you know, the titty piece. I wanna do those more. But the way that Instagram, the way that Facebook, the way that most of these social media sites is set up, they're not set up for this. They're not set up for not this, but that. They're set up for a particular type of art with a particular type of style. Whoop-de-whoop-de, blada, yada yada, all that good shit. Now, what I wanted to do with this piece is her eyes are like what lets you know something ain't right. Something ain't right with this girl or boy or whatever the hell she is. She's something, right? And I wanted to showcase the aspect of just not knowing who people are, even though they may have some type of allure to them. You still don't know them. You know what I mean? You still don't know them. Alright, I gotta put this shit closer. It's slowly but surely coming out the way I want it to come out. I want it to look beautiful, but like something ain't right with her. You know what I mean? Something ain't right with her. Like, it's just my take on some beautiful people. I'll just say people. You'll be looking into their eyes and you know something ain't all the way there. Something ain't all the way there. Something ain't right. And you beautiful as shit. Love, like, you beautiful as fuck. But something ain't there. Something ain't there that you know is supposed to be there. And you'll be looking at the beauty. You'll be looking in their eyes. You'll be looking at everything, the aesthetics that's around them. The flashy lights, the flame because she hot. You know what I mean? The contrast, the color or body proportion, shit like that. And you still somehow see this big ass blob. Somehow you feel that motherfucker. You feel that shit. You feel that shit. I'm trying a mixture of, I just found an artist that I've seen online. I'm going to showcase them later on, but they did something where basically it was like a spirit hopping out of a skin suit, like a body skin suit. Got rid of all the organs, all the bones, all the flesh, just hopped right out of the body and almost started doing in some type of ritual dance in the picture. Almost reminds me of Kali, I think it's an Indonesian goddess. It's an Indian god. But I'm gonna stop for now because I'm getting tired. And I'm not liking that I'm getting tired either. Let me see. I'm gonna see where that goes, but I don't know if I like that. I want it to be all circles. Probably do that later. But yeah, that's all we gonna